All right, what is up, BYU fans, Big 12 fans, and any fans watching this video because you're interested in the NFL draft or just interested in college football in general? Welcome to the Big 12 Football Digest. And today we are talking about Marque Collins declaring for the NFL draft. Marque Collins is a cornerback from Brigham Young University, BYU. We're going to dive in. We're going to take a look at some of the PFF grades. We're going to break him down, talk about what kind of prospect he'll be, and I'm excited to talk about it. Let's take a look. Okay, guys, so let's take a look here. You can see Marque Collins. He played 725 snaps last year for BYU. That's a ton of snaps. He was clearly one of their top guys at corner. One thing to take a look at, too, is almost exclusively he played outside corner, 641 snaps at outside corner. So he's not playing, in the slot, not to bag on any slot guys. The reason I point that out, obviously, there's some great players out of the slot. Sione Vaki for the Utes was an amazing player in the slot. The reason I point it out is when you're playing outside corner, you're rep in, rep out, going against one of the best wide receivers on the other team. It's a little different. It's like what makes you the big bucks is being a good outside corner. The top slot corner in the league doesn't get paid what the top outside corner in the league gets paid because it's different. So pretty impressive guy here. We can look at the grades over here, and you can see he played a ton at Weber State throughout his career before transferring to BYU. And we can look at these grades, but what's more important, guys, is the information over here, right? The grades tell a story, but so do these. And I think these tell more of a story than the grades do. So right out the gate, one thing that stands out to me is 8 stops. So that's, in the realm of, more than half of his games, he had a stop. A stop is a neutral or negative play for an offense. So he's getting back there. He's getting his hands dirty. He's breaking up passes, 24 tackles, 8 missed tackles. That's a 20.5 missed tackle percentage. So it's not terrible. So if this was like a linebacker or a defensive lineman with the 20.5% missed tackle percentage, that'd be pretty bad. Like that'd be, you don't want to see them missing that many tackles. But 1 out of 5 for a corner isn't terrible. It's not great either. It's just letting you guys know it's not like this dreadful stat. So you'd like that to be a little better, but obviously with the outside corner, what you're looking for is over here. And just another comment on the missed tackles. Throughout his career, it was only 16.3. So, he has a big sample size. Oh, one other comment on the outside corner missed tackles is just don't forget when these guys miss a tackle, a lot of the time what it is, the situation, the outside corner, it's like the guy's broken up field. It's you one-on-one with the guy and you have to make the tackle. It's not the same as like a dirty wrap-up tackle in the box. It is like, hey, this guy's going to try to juke you out of your shoes and break away into the open field. You better figure it out. And he's probably got a receiver with hands on you to try to stop you from getting the tackle. Anyways, looking at the numbers here. So I think what stands out to me the most is this number, 32 receptions, and it was on 405 coverage snaps. So that's roughly an 8% of his snaps in coverage he allowed a reception, which is very low. Very, very low. And the other number is the target percentage. It's not incredibly low, but it's, a good number. 58 out of 405 coverage snaps. He was targeted, so a little less than 15% of the time. That's another solid number. I'm going to move us over here to look at his coverage grades compared to the other guys that played a similar amount of snaps. So you guys can see here. So listed here are all the P4 corners that played at least 400 snaps in coverage. So right out the gate, receptions allowed. He looks good here. He's number 25 at a 41. He allowed 31 receptions, where the top guy allowed 22 receptions, tied with Travis Hunter. Targets. Now, some of these guys did play more snaps than him, but target-wise, he's pretty strong there too. Number 30 out of 42, right? That's very good, less than a 15% target percentage. Another big one for him is the pass breakups. He's almost at the top in pass breakups, tied for second place with 9, or I guess tied for 5th place technically, however you want to look at that. Interception wise, let's take a look there. Nothing crazy interception wise, but interceptions aren't the greatest number to track because they can vary so much. Like if the quarterback doesn't give you an interceptable ball, I mean, it's not the number one thing I would look at. And then we look here, guys. How many touchdowns did he allow? Right in the middle, right? He's right in this middle group that allowed 3 touchdowns, so kind of tied right in the middle there. What is this number? S per reception. Where is that? Coverage snaps per reception. Okay, so that's a number we want to look at. Coverage snaps per reception. So boom. Yeah, so he's right in the middle there. He's number 23, so 12.1. That's the number we were looking for. Coverage snaps per reception. And I'm guessing he's going to stand out here as snaps per target. Yeah, he's right in the middle again. So, he's a guy that came from. I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts in a second, but that's the player we're getting here. A well-rounded guy that isn't a liability in the run game and is pretty damn good in coverage, at least right where he should be compared to other players in the P4. Stick around. I'm going to give my final thoughts in a second. Okay, guys, and just to give you a little bit of context, I can't find much draft projection for Marque Collins. I'm guessing because he was at Weber State last year and he just declared to go for the draft. So there's not a ton out there on this guy to get an idea of where he might go. But still, I'll give you guys my take in a second here. Before I do, make sure you guys like the video, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Where would you expect Marque to get drafted? What are your thoughts? I want to hear them. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you always know when we drop new content. And now my thoughts. So I think this is a solid corner. I mean, all those numbers I was giving you guys were in the P4, right? And the Big 12 had some powerful offenses this year. I thought it was very impressive. And there's only a small group. It was like 40 something guys that were in this group that had played that many snaps, right? So it was, and I bet you dig in deeper, guys, a lot of these guys were not playing outside corner. A lot of these guys are probably playing in the slot. Just being honest, that's got to be a thing. Yeah, and even if you sort by stops, like some of these guys had a lot more stops than him, and I would guess that probably means they're more likely than not playing in the box, right? So I think this is a valuable piece for a defense, especially with all those reps at outside corner. But I don't think he's going to get drafted super early. None of the numbers were elite. Some of them are very good. My guess would be a late day 3 pick, maybe a priority free agent. Either way, I like the way he looks. I think he's got a well-rounded skill set and he can come in and help out any sort of NFL defense. Let me know your thoughts again down below, guys. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I'm out. Go Big 12.